Well, well, well.
That was very aggressively loud and creepy.
Was it?
Yeah.
Let me turn this down then.
You were like, well, well, well.
Is that any better?
Yes, much better.
All right. We didn't get to talk about it before we started, but did you notice the new comments thing?
I did notice that as soon as you started the live stream. I was like, oh wow, the comments are on screen now. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. What do you guys think? Should we leave the comments over there or turn them off? On?
That way you all can see, even on playback. It might help on playback for people that are watching this live stream so they know what we're responding to and they don't think we're just talking to thin air. If we're like, hi, Erica, hi, Pinky, hi, Rui, hi, Erica. They're like, who are they talking to?
Yes.
Hi, Juanita.
Hi, Juanita. Hi, Erica.
Now we can respond to comments, and no matter when you watch this, you'll be able to know who we're talking to in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Or as the kids say, what up, chat? Or whatever they say.
Was that what the kids are saying these days?
Something about a chat. I don't know.
Oh, how's everybody doing today?
Yeah, how is everyone doing today? I'm very curious. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Draconified. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Kat. Sup, chat.
Sup, chat. Yeah,
There's
we figured we would. What's up, Christina? We figured we would go live for maybe like an hour today, you guys, just to see what everybody was up to. See if everybody is, as the kids say, hype for the new episode tomorrow. And maybe we can con Ryan into showing the trailer here in a few minutes.
I gotta find the trailer. I don't remember what hard drive I put that on. That is the before times. The past 2 days were so reckless and hellacious that I consider that the before times. I don't know what happened prior to yesterday and the day before.
Yeah, you guys, Ryan has had quite the crazy last 2, 3, 4 days. But yeah, maybe he'll be able to bring that up. I don't know. If not, we'll just show it from the YouTube channel. And before we get started, I would like to apologize for this. I'll tell you what happened is one day I was born, and because I exist, I got this curse where if I walk out into the sun, my face does this. So if anybody knows like a dermatologist or somebody who could find me something to help with this, please let me know.
It's because you're allergic to the sun, right?
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes. Essentially.
So, yeah, it definitely sucks. I mean, not that I spend much time in the sunlight, but I would be very frustrated if I couldn't go out in the sun.
Yeah, it's annoying. Yes, I am part Scottish. Does that have something to do with it?
Oh, the detective's on the case.
Ooh. I don't like wearing sunscreen, though, because it makes my face oily. Anyway. Yeah, I wish AC Ghost Hunters was in here because they are the ones who got this little sign right here for me the other day when we met up for something.
The other day, he says, when it was actually a month ago.
Was it really?
Yes.
The other month when we met up, I guess. And that sign couldn't be any more me.
That's right.
Part of having fair skin, I guess so. So, what's up, boys? I'm actually emailing back and forth with Seg as I type now. He's giving an ear. You could, Kevin, you could send it to our email, paranormalquestcontact@gmail.com. I cannot make any promises of when we'll be able to get to that, but we will.
We sure will, whenever we can. And I do have that trailer ready for whenever.
Ooh.
We want to Do
If you guys want to see the trailer, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't want to see the trailer, put a 1 in the chat.
Is there any ones coming through in the chat? There might be.
Hello?
Look at all them ones.
Look at
Look at all them ones. Okay, here's the trailer for the episode that is going to be on our main YouTube channel tomorrow night at 7 p.m.
A couple of experiences here that have led me to believe that there is the potential for
Was that you?
spirit activity.
I thought I heard a voice.
I did too.
And we both felt compelled to look up, and there was this like real angry energy from the stairs that just kind of drove us out of here.
Cell.
What?
oh wow.
The very
Body.
Was that me, not you?
that second.
Music box.
Yeah, I heard a voice clearly.
There it is.
Clearly, he heard a voice, you guys.
Clearly, you know, when you hear a voice, it's always good to hear it clearly, which is a rare thing for me. When I hear voices, I don't normally hear them clearly. Even if they're voices from human living people, they don't usually come through too clearly.
Oh, snap.
They got to work their way through the fog that permeates between my ears.
That's relatable. But yeah, you guys, that's a brand new video that we're putting out tomorrow. And as you saw, Miranda is in that one.
She sure is.
Ryan, was
Yes.
the thing that you sent in the group chat, is that going to be in the episode? Please tell me you left that in.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done all that work to do all that masking and stuff if I wasn't going to leave it in the episode. You guys will have to wait. There's a really funny moment at the beginning of the video, and it was just you'll see it, and it is in relation to this person right here.
I laughed so hard I cried when I watched that. I sent it to Connor this morning, and he died laughing.
Yeah, it was just when the moment happened on camera, it was already funny enough, but I was like, how could I make this funnier? And so I just did about a half hour of masking and overlaying and keying and stuff. And
oh man. Which, speaking of, Allison, if you want to come on here, you're more than welcome. I would have invited you, but I didn't know what time it was over there. Didn't know when you wake up.
right now over there, it should be about 9 a.m., right, Allison?
Oh, look at this. Somebody with a brain.
9:30 a.m. That sounds to be about right. The only reason I know is because I remember when we were in Australia in 2022, we had to be. Oh, it's 7:40 a.m. Wow.
Ooh, maybe it's a daylight savings thing, Ryan.
Yeah, maybe they don't have daylight savings time over there and they don't change their clocks like we do. Maybe they do, I don't know. Oh, maybe it's the opposite direction.
Maybe.
I
Huh.
don't know.
Yeah, take your time, Allison. If you feel like coming on, let us know. If not, that's totally cool. But yeah, so how look at that. Me. Not me, no brain here. It's Friday. I never have a brain. So Ryan,
Yes.
do you want to tell the people your daunting last few days or no?
I can. Yeah, I have no problem. So I almost ended up in the emergency room yesterday. The only reason I didn't end up in the emergency room is because I refused to go. So to make a long story short, I was a couple weeks ago, when Allison and Cag were over in America, there was a bunch of investigations we were doing with them, and they were actually close to our hometown. They were investigating a location close to us. So we came back, and there is apparently, or was, I hope that the correct word to use is was, not is, a spider that had decided to make a home in my bedroom. and is somewhere. And I got a spider bite on my shin 2 weeks ago, and everything was fine besides the fact I had to miss one of the investigations that Allison and Cag did because my shin and my leg was so swollen that I could hardly walk on it. When we upload our investigation to the Licking County Jail, you may notice and see me limping at certain points. And that's because when we were on that investigation, it was currently in the stages of swelling up. I mean, my shin was like twice the size that it normally would have been. Well, that should be the end of the story.
The Limping County Jail.
The Limping County Jail. So we get back, and the spider makes another appearance because 2 days ago I was awoken. I had just gone to bed at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was awoken at 5:17 a.m. I think is what the time was, if I remember looking at my phone, to just a sharp pinching and then an extreme itching and burning in my ankle, on the outside of my right ankle. So I was like, I jumped up and, rubbed it. I was like, no, not again. Please tell me I didn't get bit by a spider again. And I did. I got bit by a spider twice within a 1-inch margin of my ankle. And it swelled up so large, and my right ear began to swell up the next day afterwards. My arm right here began to swell up the next day as well. And so I went to urgent care, and I saw a doctor at urgent care, and they told me that he highly recommended that I go to the emergency room for further testing, but that he believed that it was cellulitis. And I'm currently on an aggressive regimen of antibiotics that I'm taking. They gave me injectable antibiotics at the doctor, as well as an aggressive regimen of oral antibiotics to take.
What do they call that? A Z-Pack?
No, I can't remember what the name of the antibiotics are at this point. I can't remember. They're too long for me to remember, but it's not a Z-Pack.
Oh, okay.
But it was to the point the doctor actually made me sign a form basically saying that I was refusing to go to the emergency room so that it would not come back on him if I were to lose my leg, or if I
Ryan. This is when you go.
And I signed the form, and I got the antibiotics, and I went home, and luckily today it's shown a lot of improvement. It's much better today. So but it took a lot for me to go to the doctor. Miranda basically had to tie me down and throw me in the car. I presented the idea to her yesterday morning, and said, hey, my ear is swelling up and my arm is swelling up, and maybe I should go to an urgent care or something. And she works night shifts, so she'd only been asleep for maybe an hour or 2 hours at that point. And she got up out of bed and said, well, I'll come with you. But I had more pressing matters in mind, and that was, I needed to get my car inspected before I got pulled over, because I had to get my windshield replaced a few days ago because a rock hit my windshield. And when they replaced my windshield, they wouldn't allow me to put the old inspection sticker on the new windshield. So I had to go get my car inspected. But the shop that was inspecting my car said that I couldn't get my car to pass inspection unless I got my windows detinted, like the tint lightened up on the front windows, because it was too dark. And so all of that was going on. And then I decided to get cellulitis. So
I like how Miranda volunteered to go just to make sure you would actually go.
I know. Yeah, she got up. And yes, Rui, car before leg. That was the order that I did it in. Because I had an appointment to get the window tint fixed. And I didn't want to miss that and then miss the appointment at the shop for the inspection, because they said they only had 2 stickers left, or else I'd have to go somewhere else and wait again to get into a different shop. So I was like, you know what? Car before leg. My leg will still be here whenever I get done in a couple hours. So,
but you used the leg to your advantage.
I did. Yeah, it was funny. I after the window tint was fixed, I drove over to the shop, who had promised me that as long as I got the window tint fixed, that I could. Oh wait, look who's here. I'll finish this story in just a second. Everybody, please welcome to the stage poorly sick Cag.
Oh no, I didn't know you were sick, Cag.
No, that's okay. I'll let you off. And he's me. I had just literally got out of bed, and I'm like, okay, I'll just put a jacket on. It's all good.
Oh my gosh. What do you
Oh.
have? Is it just the common cold?
It is the lurgy caught from a lovely guy on the long haul flight that coughed for 15 hours.
Oh no. They should have
Bless
made him wear a mask or something.
He was ill the whole way. He
Mm.
honestly, he wasn't well, and nobody said a thing to him. Yeah, so
Oh no.
I'm better now than I was, but yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling a little bit better.
Yes.
How are you guys? And hello, everybody.
We were just finishing up the story of my near trip to the ER yesterday and my aggressive regimen of antibiotics that I'm on. And
carry on then.
yeah.
Because oh no, you have to wait till Alison. Because if we don't wait till Alison, she gets really knocked with you.
And how I used that to my advantage to get my car street legal yesterday. So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, I've missed so much.
It was wild. It's been a crazy couple of days, and poor Miranda, she didn't get any sleep yesterday. So because my ankle and my foot were so bad that she wouldn't even let me drive. So
Wow.
she drove and she only had 1 hour of sleep. So last night she slept for like 12, 13 hours last night. I told Dave, I was like, she went to bed probably like 4 and she just woke up at 5:00 p.m. So 4 a.m. to 5 p.m. she was exhausted.
Those are the best sleeps though, when you are absolutely shattered and you get to sleep for like 10 hours straight. Those are the best.
I very rarely get those, but if I do, I end up with a terrible headache, and I'm like, I wish I'd never, because I'm old. It's all right for you, young ones. Us old ones have been playing this. So, I'm looking forward to hearing about that. I'm like, this is PQ curse. It's great.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, the PQ curse is real. I have some more drama to add to my apartment stories if anybody's interested.
Oh my god, you got drama as well. Go on then.
I do, yeah. So the other day, for absolutely no reason, half of the outlets in my apartment just stopped working. Oh
dear, really?
I think she's here. I see
at the door.
I see a little box that says Allie, but I don't see any video from her. So we're gonna wait to allow her into the chat until we make sure that she's got video and can actually hear us and we can hear her. Oh, yep, says her devices are not connected.
It's the PQ curse.
boy, isn't that the truth?
Allison, we will let you into the chat as soon as your devices are connected, because I'm afraid letting you in now won't do us any good. We won't be able to see or hear you.
I don't know.
I see AC Ghost Hunters join the chat. Look what I finally put up. Thank you guys for the sign.
Oh, that is a great sign.
It's so true.
It is. It is. Having spent so much time with you guys.
Oh gosh. My favorite of the whole trip is still the, oh my god, I can't believe it's 9 p.m. already. And Allison says, is it really? Wait, what time is it? It was not even 1 second after she was like, is it really? Wait, what time is it?
Someone said they couldn't read it. So
all right.
Bring it up just slightly. Yeah, there you go.
How many times did Alison do that? I mean, it's like when people were giving their talks and the history about the buildings, and then they would say, there's no evidence of that. And twice they'd say there's no evidence of that. And then the next question would be Alison going, well, have you got any evidence of that? I'm like, I just said twice. Between her asking these questions and then you guys just going off all over the place. And it's just like, I'm just stood there going,
Can we get started now? Can we get started?
yeah, you guys are going to find out from the episodes that we filmed that there is a new formation that CAG came up with. She's the mother kitten, and me, Ryan, Miranda, Connor, and Allison are the 5 ADHD kittens that she has to herd around everywhere.
They were just a freaking go anywhere new, and it was just like, and you've got one looking at the architecture, one looking at the old newspapers, another one looking for bones. You got another one looking for something else. You got another one upstairs is distracted by something else, and then comes down and then joins them, and then they're all in this little area. And then one of them shouts, "I think I found a bone!" And then another one comes running down a dark corridor. Can't see anything. Going, where is it? Where is it? Who's shouting? And I'm like, just fucking film and go to bed.
Yeah, that was the second to last one too. So I think we were all done. Do you still have the card that I gave you in May? Yes, it's in the back of my car. It hasn't made it into the house yet, but it's there.
We barely have made it into the house since that event.
If it made it into the car, it did well.
Yeah, that's right. It made it to the car. It's in a safe place. That's safer than being in the house, to be honest.
That's true. Thank you, Victoria, so much for that. You didn't have to do that, but we appreciate it.
Thank you, Victoria. Hello, Shelly.
Shelly, what's up?
What do you think of this new StreamYard feature, CAG, where you can see the chat on the screen?
I didn't realize you could do it. This isn't a new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they just recently came out with it.
Thank you so much, Crow of Judas. Much appreciated. Oh.
Hi, Crow. Hi, Crow. How you doing?
You were going to click on it too at the same time I did, didn't you?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, God.
So yeah, I don't know what happened to Allison.
She's probably having issues again. No, it's like.
Thank
Really?
you, Rui.
Thank you,
so
Rui.
much. Nut for squirrel. That's exactly right. When the squirrel can find the nut, but then the squirrel gets distracted to go look for a new nut. So
that's right.
Exactly.
So, long story short, back to the automobile shop. I had just gotten the car windows, because I woke up, my ear was partially swollen, my arm was partially swollen, my foot was so swollen I could barely walk on it, and my ankle wouldn't bend or move. So I went and got my car taken care of first, priorities. And then,
honestly.
Yeah. And so I got the windows fixed, but I still had to go get that inspection sticker so that it was street legal and I'd have that inspection sticker on the car. So I go into the shop and the guy says, the day before he said, everything else is fine except your windows. So when you get your windows fixed, come back and we'll check out the windows and then we'll give you the sticker. So I went back in and they had originally set my appointment for that for 4 p.m. But I just went in because I was like, I don't know where I'm going to be at 4 p.m. because what if I go in and they tell me that I'm on death's doorstep and I got to go to the hospital. So I was like, I'm going to go into the shop and I'm going to get the sticker now. And this was like 11 a.m. or something. And the guy said, hey, do you have some time to wait around? And I said, well, not really. I kind of I'm on my way to urgent care and meanwhile, I'm wearing these sandals because my foot will not fit in a tennis shoe. My foot won't fit in any of my shoes. So I'm wearing sandals and my foot won't fit into any of my socks either, right? Because it's so swollen. I can't even put a sock on it. And so I just pulled my foot out of the sandal and said, I need to go to see a doctor because I was bit by a spider twice on the same foot. And now my whole foot is swelling up from the toes up to about my mid shin. And he looked at it and the whole shop gathered around and they were like, oh my God, you need to go to the hospital now. Give me 1 second. I'll go look at your windows now and we'll give you the sticker. And so luckily they were so nice about it. And they went out and they got me taken care of right there in that moment. So then I could go to the doctor. But yeah,
wow.
It was very nice of them. But yeah, so that's the story of how my infected, swollen foot expedited the process of getting my car street legal. Oh, and thank you so much, Rachel. I'm sorry I took that away. I saw Allison come through there and didn't. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rachel.
Allison said, can't get either camera working for some reason. Plus, we have premiere in 30 minutes, so have to take a rain check on coming on. Oh, man. Should we blame the PQ curse, Allison?
I would say on behalf of Alison that I would blame the PQ curse.
Of course, you have to.
I mean, what
Yes.
happened when we first met up? You said you were 15 minutes away, and we knew you were 15 minutes away because we're watching the dark thunderclouds roll in. And
right.
then we got to our first venue and had thunder and lightning.
And it never stopped storming the whole time you were here, did it? It was almost at least once a day. And then do you remember we went to go have like a brunch / lunch / tea? I can't remember what it was at this coffee shop. And it was thundering and pouring lightning outside. I mean, like pouring rain, thundering and lightning, crazy winds. And then we walk inside this coffee shop and something had caught fire. So there was, it was filled with smoke. And we couldn't see anything. And the employees were like, sorry about the smoke. Something caught on fire in the kitchen. And so, but we couldn't go outside to eat because it was pouring rain and we couldn't stand to stay inside because it was filled with smoke. So we just had to eat through the smoke, which was crazy.
Yeah, it was funny out there. So funny.
Oh man. Yeah, it was
Sorry, you can't get on. Sorry, Dave. I'm just
No, that's okay.
apologizing to my mates who can't get on. Yeah.
Allison is officially blaming it on the curse.
It's good.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you guys
go on.
I was gonna say if you guys didn't know, everybody watching, Cag and Allison have a premiere right after this. I'm assuming in 30 minutes, so that'll be 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. So we will make sure to end this before that starts. So once you guys are done watching this, head over, follow us over to the Adelaide Haunted Horizons premiere, and we'll be in the chat.
Yes, and I will go ahead and I'm going to find it here, and I'm going to drop the link in the chat so that everyone can have the link. And then I'll drop it again right before we end the live stream so that everyone can follow us over.
Oh, thank you, guys.
To the as you would say, the premiere.
The premiere.
Yeah. Premiere.
There we go. I have it there, and then
this one's from York in the UK.
Oh, okay. Ryan, I'm gonna hop on and actually pin that really quick. So
yeah, go ahead. Definitely pin that to the top of the chat on the YouTubes, and everyone should follow that. Good evening, Sarah. Of course, it's okay to be late. Better late than never. You know what they say, especially when YouTube doesn't notify you.
That's right. What a crazy thing YouTube is.
That's right.
Oh, it's a nightmare lately.
Mm-hmm.
It has been. It seems like everyone's been having problems on YouTube recently. I don't know what's changing in the platform, but
well, we need to get the stories finished because you need to finish your accommodation stories, and then you need to finish your health thing as well. So, come on, before we finish, I don't know about anybody else, but I want to hear the rest of these stories.
Yes, finish your accommodation story, Dave, your apartment.
Cag is back to hurting the kittens, so
yeah, exactly. Just do as you're told. Kitten, was it your kitten?
I'm 2.
He's 2. I'm 3.
2 and 3. Just get together. Come on.
Okay, so if anybody's been keeping up with the drama of this apartment that I'm in, it continues. The other day, I was getting ready to cook dinner, and like half of the outlets quit working in the kitchen. The stove quit working, and the overhead light quit working, and I couldn't figure out why. So I put in a maintenance thing, and they came out, and they tried all the breakers. None of the breakers worked. So it was like almost 24 hours without lights or outlets or the stove or anything. And then some guy came over, and he went back through and did everything that the guy previously did to that, and it came back on. So I don't know what that was about. So then I started using the stove, and every time I would use the stove, my carbon monoxide alarm would start going absolutely crazy. So now I can't use my stove because when I use it, it's leaking carbon monoxide. And as of about 3 hours ago, I put in my move out request and I'm moving out. So
Good for you. How bad is that?
yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm not too happy about it, but you know, they didn't seem to care. They didn't apologize or anything. So, yeah, it looks like I'm going to be moving back in with Ryan temporarily, just in time for the spider invasion.
Well, I feel like that's a blessing because I always know that I'm safer from spiders when you're living in the house because you have every trick in the book to repel them. So I won't have to worry about any spiders as long as you're around. So
That
and
is true.
there's Connor.
Look who it is.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
I didn't realize I was on live. Hello.
Did you get a haircut? It looks good.
No, huh? Didn't get a haircut.
Oh. I mean,
He's just not
Yeah.
wearing a hat. I think that's the
Yeah, I'm
difference.
just not wearing a hat today.
oh, okay.
I love that your light on your shelf matches your shirt.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? That's very coordinated for getting
Yeah,
it
me and
right.
the light coordinated, you know,
What does the light say?
till we are ghosts.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right.
I
but
changed my office around, so it used to be my desk used to be over here. Now it's over here. So now you can
nice.
actually see my bookshelf now.
and you have a
Looks
little bit of
good.
light behind you from the door. You
Yeah.
know, and
Mm-hmm.
there you go. That works perfectly.
Yeah, you can see my bats on the wall.
That's right. Yeah, nothing. You'd have Jason McKinney hitting the floor if you walked into there.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Better than bats in the belfry.
You sure do. So I didn't. Cag wanted to hear the rest of my story. I briefly finished it for the chat. As far as like the whole urgent care almost going to the ER yesterday situation.
Thank you.
But just so I can tell it again, so Cag hears the end of it. So basically, I had woken up and I told Miranda, I was like, my ankle's swollen, my foot's swollen, these spider bites are getting crazy, my arm is partially swollen, my right ear is swollen, so I'm going to go to urgent care. And she got up, we went to urgent care. I did all that car stuff. I made it there, and I saw a physician's assistant, and the physician's assistant said that he highly recommended that I go to the ER so they could do further testing, which I very strongly rejected. I told him absolutely not. I will not go to the emergency room because we live in the United States of America and I'm not made of money. So, and so in fact, he made me sign a form, Cag. He came out with this form to sign a form and say to put on paper and document that I was rejecting his recommendation to go to the emergency room in case my leg fell off or I died. It wouldn't fall back on him. And so I signed that form. They gave me an injection of antibiotics, put me on a very strong regimen of antibiotics, and said that hopefully that'll get rid of the cellulitis that had formed because of the spider bites in my ankle.
And that is why Dave and I don't like spiders.
But it's much better today. I'm able to walk on it. I've actually I've been walking around on it all day. I can move. I have full mobility in my ankle now. The swelling is almost completely gone, minus a couple of spots that are still a little puffy, and the tenderness and swelling is way down. So
I've never met somebody who gets bit by as many spiders as you.
mm-hmm.
That's probably what, like the 5th or 6th bite in the last 2 years?
3 years, I would say, because
3 years.
2022 was when we were at the Edinburgh Manor, and my whole arm was, I think I was bit 4 times on my arm at Edinburgh Manor by spiders. And we don't need to worry about that, Miranda.
Oh, bless you.
But
Hobbling around Walmart.
yeah, and it was funny too because I just kept wanting to walk other places. I hate sitting down, even if my ankle doesn't work. I hate sitting down. I hate it. So Miranda deserves an award, which is why I bought her flowers today because I am not a good patient, and she had to keep telling me all day yesterday, sit down, quit standing up. What are you doing? And then she fell asleep on the couch because she only got an hour of sleep. And I took the opportunity to tear the bed apart looking for the spider. I went into the kitchen and I cooked 5 days worth of chicken. And
I thought you were going to say a 5-course meal. I was like,
No,
God.
no, I cooked 5 days worth of my chicken that I eat for lunch. And then she woke up and she said, I'm going to cook your chicken for you. Why are you in the kitchen? And I said, I already did it. And, so she deserves an award for putting up with me. I can't.
I think I deserve an award for putting up with all you lot. Especially at the
Yeah, we
last
need to
venue, we had 5 of you, and it was like, far out.
We need to send CAG some flowers.
Oh dear, funny that.
You know what would make this even more complete is if Allison was here and also Dawson was here, because that night around we had a bonfire after the event, and that was just an absolute hoot.
That
I was quite
funny.
delulu that night.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah, that's another whole part of the Paranormal Quest curse that I don't even know the public knows about that Connor had to deal with.
Jesus, criminy, no. I mean, honestly, there's so much to the story that I don't remember every piece to it, but yeah, it was.
Yes. Let's talk about that story. PQ curse.
Come on.
Okay, well, for starters, I was flying from Kalamazoo, Michigan to O'Hare to Pittsburgh. When I was going to get on the plane in Kalamazoo, there was a 20-minute delay. And mind you, this airport has like 6 terminals, so it's super small. Because Chicago didn't want another plane yet. So I had to sit there and wait for 20 minutes. Then it took off. The plane shook while it took off, and I got kind of scared because it was like one of those small little Eagle planes where it's like you can almost like touch shoulders with somebody else on the other aisle with you. We land in Chicago. I'm already at this point have a 30-minute in between layover between my next flight. And because that 20 minutes now had 10 minutes. So when I landed, they did say then at that moment that there was a 40-minute delay on the tarmac. So at this point, I'm freaking out because I'm like, well, I'm probably not going to get out of O'Hare because I ain't going to get to Pittsburgh in time because that 40 minutes means I'm screwed. So they basically let us off the tarmac early for those who had a very close flight. My plane was already boarding while I was sitting on this plane. So basically, I had to run a 3/4 of a mile to the gate, only to find out that they weren't even on the plane yet, boarding on the plane, even though the app told me that they were already boarding. So here I am, huffing and puffing, running out of breath, can't even breathe. I get on the plane. Then I sit next to this woman who saw me wearing my Ghost Chatter shirt and everything paranormal I'm wearing. And she proceeds to talk to me for an hour and 50 minutes, basically asking me everything about ghost stuff, like a whole podcast. The guy next to me was listening to me, looking me up and watching my videos while I'm sitting on this plane. So it was really strange because she had me sign an autograph on a receipt paper, I guess, something from her purse. I don't know what it was for, but anyways. So I make it to Pittsburgh. Some really weird stuff happened in Pittsburgh right after Dave picked me up. Dave, would you like to tell that part?
Well, the one thing that I could remember is that me and Connor were just driving down the road, and well, let me preface by Jason was supposed to be with us, but he ended up not making it that day, and because he was sick, and so we're just driving down the road, and all of a sudden Connor's leg just like jerks forward or backward. I can't remember. Backward. Yeah, his leg just gets pulled backwards out of nowhere. There was no reasoning behind it whatsoever. So we freaked out, and Connor was like, "Is Jason in the back seat like pulling on my leg?" And I was like, "No, he's not in the car." So literally something grabbed Connor's leg in the car and pulled it backwards.
My ankle and my foot was on the actual mat of his car. Like I wasn't hovering my leg or nothing like that. My ankle gets jerked back. Like somebody was behind the seat, and I freaked out thinking that Jason was back there.
Very weird. Very
I
weird.
didn't know that.
Yeah. Before any of that, what we just said, okay, we're gonna do like a real prequel. There was actually tornadoes in Michigan. Okay.
Mhm.
So not only all of this crazy stuff, but I lost power at my house for 4.5 days. So all the food that we just bought the day before, we had to throw out. So we had to go stay at our grandpa's house, hide in the basement because a tornado literally landed again 8 days after my anniversary of me surviving one last year. Then we get to the whole airport thing going on. So I'm already delulu because for one, I haven't slept. I haven't slept at all since I think this was like Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. And I'm taking off from this plane on Saturday. This is all happening Saturday, okay? The day of the event, okay? So that all happens. Basically, I'm going through this whole event, delulu, barely any sleep. The only night I actually slept, sort of, was when we were going to lay down at our Airbnb that night after the fire. And we didn't go to bed till like 5. And I got up at, I think, what did we do, Dave? It was like we got up. I think I got up because I heard Dawson banging around downstairs, whatever, doing something with the shower or something. He dropped something in the shower. He dropped the shower head in the shower, and it woke me up. I'm like, what the hell's going on? And this is like 10:30, 11 o'clock. So I only got 5 hours in the matter of 4 days of sleep. So I get up. I'm already very, very, very tired. We go to Bob Evans to meet Allison and Cag for lunch, breakfast.
Yeah,
I think so.
breakfast-ish, yeah.
I am so anxious that I can't even concentrate to sit there and eat that I'm like falling asleep. Like I'm I'm doing really terrible. Like I couldn't even talk. I felt so bad because this is the first time I really met Allison and Cag. And they're probably thinking, man, this guy's freaking weird. I'm not able to stay awake.
They're used to it.
Yeah. So when this trip is over with, okay, Dave drops me off at the airport. That's when all hell breaks loose at this airport. So I get to the airport, okay? I leave Pittsburgh, leaves on time. I land in O'Hare. Okay. Everything's all great. I'm only about 2.5 hours from my house. And turns out 16 flight delays later, I got stuck in O'Hare because there was no rental cars. Like literally, Ryan and Dave can vouch. They looked us up in O'Hare, Chicago Airport. There was literally not one single rental car that I could take to drive home. My plane got delayed 16 times. It kept getting delayed. I think I was supposed to take off at like 10. Well, this is about 1:30 in the morning at this time because there was engine failure on this plane. It was engine leaking, and they couldn't figure out how to fix this engine. So I'm freaking out. I called the next day, whatever, in the morning. They gave us a voucher for a hotel and a rental car. Well, they didn't tell me that the valet car that picks you up from the airport to the hotel, which they wanted everybody on this plane to go to, stopped going. So this girl that was with me that was on the same plane had to pay $70 for 15 minutes, a 15-minute drive, 8 miles to the hotel. And I get there. They say, oh, yeah, the shuttle will be here in the morning. Okay, so I get to the hotel. They delay my flight again from 9:30 in the morning till noon. And at this point, I'm like, I ain't leaving Chicago. I'm stuck here, right? So I'm literally in the hotel. I'm like, I got to go to sleep. 1:30 in the morning, I go to sleep. I'm like, my God, this is the first time I actually slept in a comfortable bed. I'm knocked out. I get up in the morning or whatever, and I go to down to the front desk, ask when the shuttle's going to be there because the last one I think they said was like 11. I don't know if they were talking about 11 in the morning or 11 night. So I got up about 9:30 and went down there at 10. They told me I had to be on a sign-up sheet for the shuttle, which I didn't know this. So I thought I almost didn't make it to the airport. I get on the shuttle. It's a party bus. So there's literally like a pole and everything inside this bus with music and everything going on. I'm sitting across from this guy and I'm like, this is so awkwardly weird. I get to the airport. I get through 45 minutes of TSA. Okay. I think I have like 2 hours before my flight's supposed to take off about at noon. I get through TSA. I show this woman my ticket and they tell me that I can't get in because the ticket's expired. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is my delayed flight ticket. She almost didn't let me in the whole airport because that one plane, 5108 flight, was the only plane they allowed in the airport that was delayed. So I almost didn't make it in past TSA. I get there and I'm telling you guys right now, I had the worst trip going home. I was only 2.5 hours away.
Well,
Yeah,
you're forgetting the next part. You're forgetting the next part because they delayed the flight again, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
you
they
were-
delayed the flight again. I need some help because my brain is not working right now.
Yeah, they delayed the flight again due to the engine leak, engine failure. And Connor calls us and he says, guys, I don't think I'm going to get home. Like, I don't know what to do. And we're looking up everything. You know, Kalamazoo is not a place where flights generally go into. So we're looking at everything. I think we found Lansing, a flight from O'Hare to Lansing. And we bought you a ticket on the plane to Lansing. And as soon as we went and paid for that ticket to Lansing, all of a sudden, this flight that you were supposed to get on to go to Kalamazoo, they decided now after 27 hours that they were going to bring out a new plane.
Yes, and we didn't know it was a new plane because the plane shows up and I'm like, there's people get off. I'm like, what the hell? This plane wasn't even working. It was like the only flight from O'Hare to Kalamazoo. And so like, I'm like talking to the pilots and pilots, I'm like, hey, is this a new plane? They're like, yeah, this one flew in from Evansville, Indiana. I'm like, oh, thank God. And I tell Ryan, I'm like, hey, we got to get this going. So we try to cancel the flight that they got me for the second one. And those people wouldn't let me cancel the flight. So basically, yeah, we got screwed over.
Yeah. What was it? Which airline was it?
American Airlines.
It was American Airlines. So yeah, American Airlines basically told us, sorry, can't refund. I know you bought that flight because your friend was stuck in Chicago and you couldn't get him out of there and you were just trying to find a different plane for him to get home. But sorry, can't refund you.
Yeah. So I got cursed heavy going home. I think it's because I touched Molly at the event. Molly had I put glasses on Molly and I think I pissed her off. I don't know.
Oh, you did a lot to Molly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So, don't ever fly when Paramount Quest requests you go somewhere. Just drive. Doesn't matter if it's 15, 17 hours, just drive it.
And don't ever fly American Airlines. They've pissed us off. They could have been nice and said, oh, we understand the situation. Here's your money back. But no, they held on to the money and said, you have to use some sort of credit that we can book another flight with
you're
American
supposed to
Airlines.
cancel it 2 days before your flight. I'm like, I got stranded. How would I cancel it 2 days before? 2 days wasn't even over here.
We were trying to find a flight as soon as possible. So, to that 2 days. So anyway.
Yep. So we got screwed over that whole flight. And I almost lived in Chicago.
That's right. Connor almost had to call a moving company to go pick up his stuff in Kalamazoo and bring it to Chicago.
Oh, and also too, the hotel, even though I didn't pay for the hotel, the airlines did, they took $100 and held it on our credit card.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
For incidentals?
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Thank you, Aubrey. You didn't have to do that. That's very nice of you.
Oh, that's lovely.
Thank you so much.
That's very kind of you.
We need you, and the reason we're telling you all these stories, guys, is because we need you to understand the Paranormal Quest curse is real. It's not something that we just talk about. It is real.
Yeah, we're not joking about it, guys. I get the blunt of it. I mean, I've stuck my neck out for these guys too, literally. If you guys have seen that.
And if
It's
you
tried
don't
to
think
kill me.
it has, and if you don't believe that, ask Christina, because I saw Christina up here say something about their flight from the event after the event from Pittsburgh was canceled. So getting back to Texas was an absolute nightmare for her. She was at the event. She was there. She spent time with us. She gave us hugs and the curse rubbed off. And then her flight back to Texas was canceled and it was a nightmare.
Hey, so I think next time we have an event, what we're going to do is I don't know if this is a thing in Catholic churches, but when you go in, you touch holy water and you bless yourself. We're going to have to do that for you guys when you leave places from us.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People always says, do you have a cleansing routine? It's like, listen, we're not afraid of any of the entities in the location. The entity should be afraid of what we bring in, Yeah. They should be cleansing themselves.
You guys talk about haunted dolls. There ain't no haunted dolls. It's these two.
We had an issue on the way back as well, though, didn't we? Because we got
it was terrible for you guys.
And then they
my
told
God,
us
yeah.
we didn't have a flight booked. We went, hold on, wait a minute, we booked returns. How can you say that we didn't have a flight booked? So yeah, that was a little bit of a concern. And then we got the plane was crappy as so bad. And Alison got pushed over by an air stewardess, the one that was in charge. Pushed her out.
What?
Then we had the ill people were sitting in our seats. Then we had to move them along.
Oh my
so
gosh.
that's why I've got what they had. So yeah, it was the way back wasn't good. After meeting up with you guys, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Aurelius even says right here that, you know, 2 people were kicked off the bus that she was riding back on.
Look at these horror stories just rolling in.
You guys are gonna have to get waivers next time.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh dear me.
I know you guys
terrible.
are jealous of my dinosaur set down there. I know you can see it.
Where?
Oh, you guys have to look that hard. Right down there. It's my dinosaur set down there. Oh wait, you have to make me big screen. Yeah, I can't even.
Oh.
Can't, you get the idea. It's underneath the ghost.
Oh, I do see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have one to give to you, Connor.
Oh snap! Well, it's gonna
I
go
meant to-
right over there.
I meant to give it to you at the event, but I forgot.
How could you have given it to him at the event?
You didn't even have it.
Or not the event. I meant the last place we filmed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say you didn't even have it yet when we were at the event. He was gonna jump in a time machine and head back to the event.
Yeah, he's
redo all of that in hopes of saving you, Connor.
Yeah, I know he's thinking of his. Dave did offer drive me home. I should have took him up on that offer.
You should have.
I would have been home quicker.
You would have gotten home in probably 6 hours as opposed to what it ended up being, like 30.
Yeah, it was supposed to leave at 11. It was like 15, 17, something like that hours plus flying home, like getting home. I don't know. I don't remember the day, man. It was a blur, honestly. I'm just saying, I saw the flights, me getting scared that the plane was going to crash. Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to jump off. Gonna have to love you and leave you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Well, take care.
Yes,
You
we'll
get
see you in the
feeling better.
chat for the premiere.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody go and follow. Oh my God, I almost called her Allison. Go and follow CAG over to the Adelaide Haunted Horizons channel. That's where we're going. We're going to sign off here in about 2 minutes, and then we're going to head over to the premiere. So we want you guys to follow us over there.
Oh,
Jump in the chat and chat with us.
Thank you, Aurelius. That's very
Aurelius,
kind of you.
Very nice.
You didn't have to do that, but thank you so much.
We chose this life. We picked up the curse, not willingly, but we chose well, I guess the curse chose us. We didn't choose the curse. It's like that was it that Marilyn Manson song? I don't like the drugs, but the drugs like me. It's I don't like the curse, but the curse likes me.
Right. That's very true. The curse has chosen us, you guys, and everybody that is around us is along for the ride, unfortunately.
As long as the ride lasts.
As long
The little bus on wheels or wings I was on was like very scary.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Ryan, next time you get bit by a spider, go to the hospital for God's sakes.
No. Well, maybe by then I'll have finally wised up and gotten some form of health insurance. It's tough to get it in America,
He knows. He lives here, man.
He knows.
Aubrey, are we planning this next weekend, Ryan? Or no?
Yeah, I mean, I just transferred all that footage over today.
Next weekend, next Saturday. I was planning to maybe do one tomorrow. It's just Saturday, but I had some stuff come up this week that kind of couldn't take care. I couldn't get time to be able to go and film where I want to go film. But I do have an idea, so we'll be filming this weekend. I think other place, but next Saturday, I'll be back on YouTube.
He'll be back.
I'll be back.
Try cue the Arnold Schwarzenegger clip.
You heard it here first, y'all. Connor will be back next weekend for Spooky Saturday.
Spooky Saturday next weekend, and it's spooky.
Be there,
Oh,
be
yeah.
square.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ryan.
absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to jump off of here, and we're going to head over to the Adelaide Haunted Horizons channel, and we would love for you guys to follow us there.
That's right.
All
Make
right.
sure you follow. Remember, guys, watch out for the curse before the curse gets you. Bye.